2, 1. We are live. Coming to you from Rossville, Georgia. This is Cameron and Sam. We're talking about anything real news, anything censored news, anything Infowars. We love Infowars. God bless Alex Jones. God bless Dave Knight. God bless all the hard-working investigatory journalists around the world that are aiming to spread the truth, regardless of all the censorship that goes against them. So what we got for us today, Cameron?
So today, during this live stream, we're going to be playing CNN Now Attacking Infowars, Sponsors and Free Speech Crackdown. So go ahead and get that started.
We're live on Facebook. We're banned on YouTube. Can't live stream. Channels are blocked. And I'm sure they'll shut this down soon as well. This is the biggest crackdown on internet free speech in the West the world's ever seen by many orders of magnitude. CNN came out, as you know, 8 days ago and said ban Infowars. They filed complaints saying we said that the kids were all crisis actors and that nobody died in Florida. We never said that. And then they had to reinstate our videos, YouTube did, admitting that
the hostage is being
even though that was free speech they should ban, we didn't say that. Well, more fake strikes got put on, and the channels are frozen, multiple channels, Alex Jones channel and others, because they hired the Southern Poverty Law Center. You can't make that up. That criminal connected group, hundreds of millions offshore, George Soros funded, anti-free speech group. They run it now. I mean, this is just beyond bizarre. This is out of CNN, just now breaking. Advertisers flee Infowars, founder Alex Jones' YouTube channel. Now let me explain something. They've already got our channel dialed down with shadow banning to a shadow of its former self. And somehow they're convincing YouTube
location and secure the hostage
is where my whole audience is when it's probably 20% of it. And they celebrated thousands of newspapers banning free speech and how liberal that is. And I mean, it's like the country's gone Soviet. And then they lie about what we said, so we deserve it, blah, blah, blah. They put out these hoaxes earlier this week that we had all these sponsors pulled off our website. And we went and looked. They've never been sponsors. They just virtue signaled. Fake news is so bad that they just announced, oh, we've pulled from Infowars. Now, this YouTube situation is true. YouTube places ads, but a lot of times we don't get paid. That's a whole other area for lawsuits. They'll put UN ads in front of us, Washington Post ads about how Trump's a communist, Trump's a Russian. We went and looked in our pay area. Those were unmonetized videos. Google had said, we're going to put ads and things that balance things in front of fake news. So the globalist left knows all this. So they're going, look, there's UN ads on Alex Jones' channel. And look, there's all the, and then they're not paid. Google, that's what the globalists wanted a few months ago, was Google, that owns YouTube, to put anti-gun Washington Post ads, everybody's a Russian agent Washington Post ads, and all this other Democratic Party crap. And I'd go, hey, look at our monetization. That's an unmonetized video. If we put Infowars in the tags, they unmonetize it. But we don't get paid. YouTube thinks we're dumb. We've all been documenting this with lawyers. Let's talk about fraud. They didn't run all these ads, and I don't know if the UN's paying them. I don't know if the Washington Post is paying them to run these ads in front of us, but I saw them months ago. Look it up. Google and YouTube to put links and to put videos up in front of videos to, quote, balance things. So you don't get paid for the ads. They probably are. And so the idiot leftists, this is what I think's going on. The Southern Poverty Law Center people that are in my account and CNN that are in my account, they brag they are. A civil rights violation. The left is just mad dog right now. They're not even leftists. They're funded by the big tax-free banks. So, getting back to what I was saying, they're in our accounts, and then they're seeing attached to the account is the UN and the Washington Post and the New York Times and anti-gun groups and Democratic Party. And this has been going on about 3 months. And they see that, and then they go, oh my God, they're sponsors, and they go bitch and complain. And of course it's on the weekend, so the UN and honest, everybody, they don't know that they've had their ads put on my channel. I'm not being paid. They don't know it's their propaganda in front of me, like the Fairness Doctrine or something from talk radio back in the 70s. And so they're bitching, not knowing this is them gang raping my viewers, gang raping my channel, robbing me. They don't even know the left hand from the right hand. The UN's not paying me money. When I get back, I'm going to interview Ted Nugent right now. We're almost to his house.
Move to their location.
When I get back, we were going to do reports on this. The lawyer said, no, just give us the reports. Yeah, this is clearly, wait till we file suit. But I'm going to talk to my lawyers because we've got screenshots of it, and we've got all the stuff from the accounts. In fact, call Zimmerman. I know it's supposed to be his day off, but have him screenshot all that again. Just when I talk about the federal group, but I know we already screenshotted it. But just get all that and show these are unmonetized videos. We should shoot video and show people like this is an unmonetized video. Show them how on our file it's unmonetized, and then, oh look, there's a UN ad on the front of it. And then they think, oh my God, because they got the Southern Barbary Law Center buffoons in my account, who they brought in to, be the police. And then they don't even understand that this was Google saying, we'll play ads over the extremism. So, they've now on YouTube got links too, like anything with Russia, it says, this is state-sponsored, or now they're putting links under other people's channels, this is fake news. Because Snopes says so.
All friendlies.
So, Snopes says that George Soros wasn't a Nazi collaborator. They also say that Obamacare is free. I mean, it's just that like Snopes is gone. It's like, oh, we don't trust the New York Times or Washington Post, but Snopes is like, oh, like God goes to Snopes. And like, there's like, I'm saying that's a blue sky right there. But if Snopes says it's not, it's not. Like I say that's a green field over there. But if Snopes says no, it's purple, well it is. Like I say that billboard says available.
Hostage found. Move to their location and secure the
But
hostage.
Snopes, that speed limit's is 60 miles an hour. On Snopes, they say it's 5 miles an hour. Like Obamacare, big freer, Common Core, 2 plus 2, equals 5. Or there's not 2 genders, and there's not, 2 types of chromosomes. No. And then you get arrested in California. If you don't say so, this is a total cult of control. Like, Google executives come in and say, in these big amphitheaters, their employees, this is in lawsuits, say, I am a beautiful ornate building. And they go, you are a beautiful ornate building. They go, I am a golden dragonet. Because it's a female dragon. They go, you are a beautiful female dragon. This is, and the people are like, you are whatever we say. You are like, drink the Kool-Aid. It's a test of power. It's a test of psychological warfare. So, this is going on, and YouTube is working with CNN to try to shut our channel down. YouTube is going on with these hoaxes that our sponsors are being taken, and it's all to create this consensus that Alex Jones is bad, everyone agrees he's bad, you'll be hurt, you'll be called racist, you'll be called a communist, you'll be called a Russian, you'll be called a heretic. If you don't agree he's bad, and then he told you the NSA was spying on you with hidden microphones and cameras a decade before anybody else. He told you Trump was going to win, but nobody else said that. He told you the CNN was having fake debates and, giving the questions over. He told you about GMOs and about human-animal hybrids, now all admitted. We told you about thousands of things that are all admitted. Can I have those articles? I want to show one more thing. And now the Pope has announced that communist China,
Move to their location and secure the hostage.
that communist China is the ultimate form of Christianity, and that because they kill Christians and put them in slave camps and sell their organs. It's like the sickest joke to have the Jesuit communist Pope coming out a month ago saying China and its government is the best, and they want to be the state-run religion now in the communist Chinese, and it totally overturns basic Catholicism. Methodist churches are pulling crosses out. In Europe, the churches are pulling the crosses out. It's all an ecumenical political movement. And now, Apple iPhone update removes Easter from calendar. People thought it was a mistake. They said, no, we don't. That's offensive. Every other religion can be there. See, this is the war on Christianity, folks. This is why they're bringing the radical Islamists in. Okay? And then you got this. Vatican bishop praises Communist China as best at implementing church's social doctrine, and the Pope came out and said they are the epitome of morality and goodness. They are the most murderous, corrupt regime in the world. But Apple, again, is moving to Communist China. Apple is moving to Communist China, and so they have to get in line with banning and covering crosses. You cannot make this up. You talk about discrimination. You talk about attacks. You talk about the whole time they had the war on Christmas, the war on Christ, the war on Christmas cards. Kids couldn't hand them out. You know, that's their own free speech. That's not state run. Now we have atheism and communism and globalism and fake environmentalism, and political correctness is the new state religion. And these people are zealots, man, and they believe it's their takeover, and it's here. So we've launched some new YouTube channels because they've blocked and frozen the Infowars channel. Again, YouTube officially said this was wrong. New people we hired from the Southern Poverty Law Center falsely banned you. We're removing the strikes. They just brought the strikes back last night. And so the channel's frozen. Total of 3 strikes in 1 week, but 1's still been removed. The other 2 have been put back. 1 more, we're gone. 33,000 videos. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with millions of views. All sorts of incredible interviews. You name it. This is a violent assault on free speech based on a lie, and the media is saying, the controlled media that's imploding. Let me tell you something, they have Rolling Stone articles demonizing me. A day later, they have 1 comment. No one, they're all dead. Everyone's turned against them, basically, except for the weird folks from the colleges that were brainwashed in these little echo chamber bubbles and then brought into the IT world to take over. And they've announced that Apple is going to hire first hundreds of thousands and then millions of Chinese programmed by the Chinese secret police to help moderate social networks and Apple platforms in China but around the world. I mean, the communist Chinese government, Apple says, they said, well, to be based here and to be tax exempt, yes, the government will be in our servers and will be telling us what to do. They just said it in Reuters last week. I mean, this is beyond what I thought, the way this would happen. It's moving so quick, it's so huge, it's so draconian, and I don't even think Congress or anybody can even grasp it. They don't want me here warning people about what's happening in live time. This is simply incredible. So I'm going to do one more feed here in a moment on this whole Apple banning Christianity. And then there's a purge on Apple, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, mainline Christian churches. Pastor Kennedy, I mean, it's very milquetoast. He's getting banned. Prager University got banned. They're suing. I mean, people that just get up there and talk about how statistically families are good and mothers and fathers, you know, such and such. And, you know, here's ways to, you know, understand basic business finance and to go to school. And it's all because it's wholesome and it's not disruptive and it's not psychological warfare conquering things. It's being completely and totally shut down. And this is the big internet purge. It's happening. It's going on. And again, mainstream media bullies YouTube and Google. They're not doing enough. That's all just their political cover. Before they're engaged in incredible censorship, it turns into, oh, they're not doing enough to stop the hate. So the media gives them the total cover by changing the subject. But the CEO of News Corp 3 weeks ago admitted the whole thing publicly when he said, oh, we've met with Google, Facebook, Twitter, and we're going to move to a model starting with banning ISIS, WikiLeaks, and all its shows. And once we've banned that, it'll set the precedent. We're going to have about 100 companies that you'll see on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, and we're going to basically end all this competition. And our stock should go up. Their stock did go up because we're going to censor the web. I mean, they've announced the plan bipartisanly. And the average Republican doesn't understand it. The Democrats understand it. But at the highest levels, it's been bipartisanly agreed to. And Donald Trump, when he's told about this, he says, they won't censor me. He doesn't even get that it's everybody out there that magnified and allowed the populism for Brexit. And when he did, that he barely won despite that. So this is one hell of a time to be alive, folks. And I see the confused comments on Infowars and News Wars and people like not understanding, like, well, wait, his site was down, but it's up. Is this even real? Bloomberg admits they talked to Google. They said, no, we accidentally took down thousands of sites, including Alex Jones. Oh, we're sorry. But then it's back the next day. They go, well, I can see your site. Yeah, 2 strikes, it's frozen. That's why we're not on YouTube right now. We've created 2 new sites that have got to get 1,000 subscribers. We got, 2+ million on one, million on another, 500,000 on another. But those are all getting frozen. So we've created, what are they doing?
We got Infowars censored and Steve Watson, which I think is going to be renamed, but right now
it's called Steve Watson. It's his brother. It's his own ID, his own deal. It's not us. So they're going to ban our whole system, they said. And then there's Infowars censored that you set up.
Right.
People need to go there on YouTube, subscribe to it, then we can live stream on that again. But we are shut down. We are shut down. And then watch the left like celebrating, going, good, we're going to kill you next. But then, oh, the children got shot. Oh, it's so sad. But, like, it's all just waving a bloody shirt. It means nothing to them. They think Mao killing, 80 million is cute. They're all these wound up weird beta soy wimps lusting after power, lusting after war, lusting after censorship, and all programmed by big tax-exempt megacorporations. I mean, this is like a nightmare science fiction movie. Who would have thought? But these are programmed, dehumanized bots. The people are being turned into bots, backed up by bots in peer pressure. And then by peer pressure, because they have no morals, they have no compass, they can be ratcheted up to whatever type of extremists they want them overnight, like Antifa. And they don't like Christianity because it stands in the way of that as some basic morals. And so they're bringing Islam in as their muscle on the ground, and Antifa, with big internet censorship on top. Oh, this is what I want to say. The big churches and everybody else that's been bought off by this, the grassroots has to get upset, has to get involved, has to get vocal, and the churches have got to raise the alarm and push it all the way up to Capitol Hill. We've got to break up these big antitrust conglomerates. We've got to protest Google. Everybody has to set up their own YouTube and Facebook accounts because the censorship is happening and go on and decry it. You have the power, you have the will, but this is a bigger fight to the election. And if you don't realize that, we're going to lose this thing. We're going to win it long term. Which exit?
3:30.
We're already up here?
Yeah. Well, we're still about half an hour away.
But we cut off at Southern Waco?
Yeah.
All right. I got to pull over here real quick.
So I do it on the next exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ready to get on. Which one?
The next one, not this one. Number B.
Okay.
Letter B.
So, we make a good time.
Yeah.
Supposed to be there at 1.
Yeah, we're still good.
5 minutes early. Yeah, Ted Nugent's invited me up this place quite a bit over the years, but now's the perfect time to do it. And
Enemies have been eliminated.
his wife's really cool, really smart. She's got the same name as the historical queen in El Cid. Let me give folks a little aerial view. We go up around this overpass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I sit here and just rattle this stuff off to you guys, reporting to you what's going on. And, I believe...
Move to hostage location and secure the
I
hostage.
believe you guys care. I believe you realize what's happening. I mean, this is the biggest purge we've ever seen. It's against everybody. And they kind of just incrementally blocked people and shadow banned them and did all this for a long time. This demonetization, again, does nothing to us because those aren't paid sponsors that CNN list. That's all the stuff that just YouTube just treats us like crap, monetizes, makes their money, and then doesn't pay us. They've been doing it for 3 months. By the way, we don't give a damn about that money. Really, seriously. That's a small amount of their funding. It's the fact that it's just such lies and it's such fraud. And that so many, weak, domesticated, arrested development. That's why gangs get young, dumb people. Or people that are missing fathers, people that are alone, people that are... Because they'll do stupid stuff. And you're useful idiots, you leftists that censor us and think this is cute, think this is funny. And the Southern Poverty Law Center that ran Elohim City and all the stuff at OKC. I mean, it's just, what a sick group, man. These big mega corporations. It's just to know the 21st century came this way. Okay. That's it for this live transmission. The sleeping giant is awakening. The globalists are panicking. They want to culturally dominate everybody. It's not going to happen. And I just appreciate you guys. And we'll have another live transmission. We might even do one with 10 dudes. We're probably going to shoot all this HD and then air it next week. But I want this to air. I want this 10 digit interview just to be done. I want to air Wednesday. Okay? I want to air Wednesday or Thursday. Because I'm going to take some time off with my children. I haven't really had a vacation in almost a year. Because I work even when I'm on vacation. I'm going to take some time off with my children next week. And I'll be calling in the show and stuff. Man, it's quite. And they'll probably say, Jones is not even to be heard on air. He's been defeated. To see, like, America go from this place that's not anti-free speech to just, yay, we censor everybody. Keep going straight.
Yeah, keep going straight.
Yay, we censor everybody. It's all wonderful. It's all great. Okay, folks. Well, that's it for this segment of the transmission. And it's a big deal. I hope you get upset about it, because if you don't, we're screwed. All right, that's it. Infowars.com, newswars.com for now. You can find our streams and our videos on infowars.com/show. You can find the live feeds. You can see the videos they're banning. You can go download your favorite videos from the Alex Jones channel, because it looks like they're going to delete it. And they're just going to play this game of almost deleting it, not deleting it, until you just get tired. Again, they're playing Pavlovian games, hoping you don't have a attention span. They have seminars about how they manipulate you. Break out of it, defeat them. This is the real video game. All these young people talking about the hottest new game and how they're doing this, they're doing that. This is the real world. This is the real fight online, though, for free speech. And the Autistic Army, great folks, as they call them on 4chan and stuff, they get that. This is real. So I salute all you that are for an open free web. Some of us may not agree on different issues, doesn't matter. They're purging moderate leftists. They're purging leftists that are for free speech. They're purging everybody. They want total control. They don't want us communicating. Major websites are getting rid of their comment sections. This is serious. They don't want us communicating. They've gotten rid of our home phones and stop having barbecues, and all we do is watch TV and play video games all day. And for those of us still communicating, they're trying to shut it down. Infowars.com/show. All right, that's it for this live transmission. If you're watching this transmission or listening, upload this everywhere, re-upload it to your channels, whatever you do. Call it puppies and kittens. Don't put Infowars in the search term, or they'll block it. We love you. It's like America's turning into the new Soviet Union, man. This is so incredible. It's actually happening. Can you believe it, dude?
I can't believe it, but it's not surprising.
Talk to these guys real quick. What do you guys think?
Harrison?
Well, it's algorithmic too. That's another thing.
Hey, is this over, like Wake Up?
Yeah, we're gonna go over it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Nathan, one of the editors, created a brand new YouTube channel, uploaded a video of the Parkland, David Hogg and all of them, just uploaded a video, and it was taken down immediately. It had nothing to do with Infowars, nothing to do with Alex Jones. It's all algorithmic. They have facial recognition. As soon as you upload these videos, they knock them down. But, we're on the warpath. Just download the videos, people, because you can't do it once the channel gets taken down. If they strike it, you're going to go, dang it, I should have downloaded some of my favorite videos.
Yeah,
Start downloading
you
all
can
of
start
them.
your own websites that'll be big hits, and just say Alex Jones's banned videos. That ought to be, the archive. We don't even have the personnel to download 33,000 of them, but just get the top linked ones, for views. Go through the ones you like and create your own channels. Look, like Wake Up, pretty cool.
The one thing you can't do is get mad and do nothing. You have to do something. Because if they want people to do nothing, that's what they expect. They expect people to be tired of this and just go, oh, well, it'll be back next week. It's not going to be back next week.
Yeah, they wore us out with all this little, pinpricks, manipulation. That's a military tactic.
Move to their location
Yeah, death
and
by
secure the
thousand
hostage.
cuts.
Yeah, well, now this is the big axe, though. This is
They're cutting the head off, and they want to stop any talk about this. They don't want people to have discourse about anything. And it's serious. We're not playing around.
Especially the idea of getting together with church groups, because like when we talk about that this is Satanism that's being pushed forward and dehumanization. Like when you go to church and you hear sermons about Satan, like this is the real deal. This is real spiritual warfare. So get together with people from your church and say, hey guys, if we want to promote these ideologies, then we actually need to go out there and protest and make videos and
the churches all play it safe, 501c3 not get in trouble, and now the Pope's saying communism is God. Apple's removing Easter from its calendar. I mean, they're bringing in Islam to persecute us. This is the plan. This is the game. I mean, this is real. And again, I've never even really had crosses on the website and stuff. I've been thinking, what's our symbol in Infowars? What's our logo? I realize it's going to be like a shield and a cross. I mean, that's it. Because that's what they hate. That's what they're after. And this is it. They think we're going to give it all up for, Netflix and all. They think we're done. They think we're weak. They think we're compliant. Folks, this is classic authoritarianism. This is happening. You want to say anything?
Just that we were talking earlier about how, people want to talk about how nationalists or Trump are like Hitler. This is the most Hitlerian thing I've ever seen. It's in America. So that's the point I've tried to get across to the leftist people I meet, just because that's their favorite go-to point. Yeah, that's all I got to say. It's crazy times, and we got to try and convince people to be. Not all people that do bad are trying to do bad. They think they're doing good sometimes, and some of them are controlled by people that are intentionally doing wrong. So there's a good reason for everyone to be out there trying to wake people up.
Well, that's really it. And the thing is, they're already censoring liberal channels that are popular just because they want control of them. They approach people like PewDiePie and say, work with us, merge with Google, don't just be a partner, or we're going to demonetize you. And then they do to try to bully people. That guy has 20 million views. Don't you get it, folks? They got you all on their platforms knowing it was about people wanting to communicate. And then they want to social engineer and make you behave so you can stay on it. But they're never going to stop pushing. They want total control.
That's everybody tweet at PewDiePie. Get PewDiePie to say something about this, because he's got literally the biggest platform on.
Oh, they're going to take his down completely. They've already curtailed him. You have to fight.
They will. He needs to talk about what's happening to us, because it's going to happen to him if he doesn't. I mean, they already sort of tried, but
By the way, this is the big push. Paul Watson knows it's the biggest push, but he's so gentlemanly, he doesn't want to freak out. And he's like, no, it is. They're shutting us down. This is crazy, folks. This is crazy. CNN is like, ban everything we've got. I mean, they're just trying to destroy us and push us underwater and not let us have speech because they want to sit there and lie and say, George Soros fought valiantly as a soldier against Hitler. Alex Jones is a liar. That's Anderson Cooper. I mean, we have the video of him saying he helped Hitler and he was a Nazi collaborator. They don't want us to show you that video. That's it. All right, Infowars.com. We love you. Still go to Infowars.com, Newswars.com for now. They hack attack this week. We're trying to take our sponsors. I mean, people that go, just get off YouTube. Just build something new. We do have streams and videos and archives and podcasts. And we are doing stuff with Gab and all these other folks. Yes. But the big giant platforms that YouTube built, that the people built, is this the exit?
No. We're good.
They are attacking us. They're attacking you. They set a precedent with a group they think is unpopular, with a certain group, and then once they set the precedent, it's over. This is a formula. And I know you, the viewers, know this. Okay, I'm done ranting. That's it. Thank you. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support.
fearless leader, Alex Jones. Let's see if we can spool up another good one. Let's see what is up. Here's another one up from Infowars. Anonymous Zach updates Infowars about what is going on in the world and Trumpland. Let's see what they have to say.
Navy SEAL sources, Delta Force sources, White House sources, CIA sources, just very accurate. He's just giving you what the thinking is of some of the smartest people that are interfaced with stuff. He's not giving you classified stuff. So we got a short segment here, long segment coming up. So Zach joins us to give us what's going on with the shooting, Florida, the rollout against free speech, what's happening in the Middle East, just what's going on in Trumplandia here. So, Zach, thank you for joining us.
Yes, Alex, it's great to get back on and have the opportunity to connect some dots. There's obviously a lot of moving pieces right now, so we got to get into it. But just to piggyback there on the Syria info that this wasn't brought up, and this is just now breaking, and we could look it up in real time. I've been talking about it. What's going on in Syria right now? This just got discovered. North Korea is being used to false flag Syria in World War III. And I know that sounds sensational, but go ahead and start looking it up. New York Times put the story out here a couple hours ago. Maybe a couple minutes ago, they were pressured to do it by decent factions within the UN that we forced their hand. This sounds pretty fantastical, but this is a reality. So there are some trade programs going on with factions in Syria, in North Korean groups or whatever. We have to realize that North Korea is a Chinese deep state-backed thing. So we would say, why would they be helping them? Well, this is the deep state and the communists trying to sabotage us and get us into a World War III with, by proxy, Russia. This is happening. The stories are out there. 40 containers were discovered. Stuff that, the chlorine-based weapons, all of this stuff. So not only are they trying to sabotage the talks legitimately we're having with North Korea, they're trying to tie them into this red line fiasco in Syria and kick off a major global war, all while they are doing the same thing here in the States, which we could get into the big problems in Broward County, the continued false flags, and not to mention the information coming out of Cambridge and the Dark Trace Group, which is the digital false flag info. So we have quite a number of things to get into, so we can kind of start picking at them if you like.
Okay, we've got a minute. Start with one of them.
Okay, so the North Korean stuff is pretty important. The Syria issue, over the weekend you have 60 Minutes and Scott Pelley putting out the expose, tugging on the heartstrings that there was a chemical attack in Syria that occurred. That is accurate. A chemical attack did occur, but it did not occur by the Assad forces. Let's just be clear, that's ridiculous. That's suicidal. We know it didn't happen by them. It was the quote-unquote rebel groups that got the capability in containers shipped from North Korea on record. They were discovered by UN workers there. On the ground, and they were forced there to report it, and this is what's going on the ground right now in Syria, which ties into a bigger global issue and kind of a tug of war of power. But this is pretty critical information because this is not just some. Accident. This is showing the real issues of strategic patience on the Korean Peninsula and really what it's going to do and how deep this really goes around the globe.
All friendlies have been eliminated.
Wow. So it sounds like a type of false flag. We know they've caught the Al-Qaeda ISIS forces before staging chemical false flags, but they got caught. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live. I'm not going to delve into this, but drudgereport.com is linked to it right now. Infowars, one strike away from YouTube ban. That's the Hill. Now, again, on Friday, CNN said they filed the complaints. They got one strike to ban us having live streams. Another strike froze the account. And then the Hill says Jones claims it's part of a CNN lobbying campaign, but never even points out they said they're behind it. They filed the complaints. So, see, mainstream media out of hundreds of articles will never even tell you that another news organization known for fake news, CNN, is trying to shut us down. That's so sensational. But the bigger news is, in triangulating this, chemical weapons, they've tried this 3 times. They've launched them twice, saying that the Syrian government launched it, but the Islamists love to, the ISIS forces love to say that, videotape it for fame and fortune. And so they always videotape themselves doing it. But this new case, they found some of it, and they're now saying, oh, look, Syria's behind it. Who's trying to kick off the big war, break it down, and let's get into all the other things that are happening, the school shooting, the climate, the whole situation, Zach.
Yes, and it all ties together because, and it's no coincidence that Trump makes his announcement for 2020 because he has to see who's really on his side here. It's unprecedented to come out this early, and he has to do this because we are in an absolute war. It's happening right now. Jerome Corsi is headed to it. The military tried tribunals are being set up. There's so many issues going on around the world, and it's really incredible. But this latest thing in Syria, this is obvious false flag. They're blaming the Assad regime, which is completely ridiculous. And by blaming the Assad regime, they're really tying Russia into it and really putting us at odds with Russia and trying to get Trump to do something here with the lines with the general, some of the global political thinkers there at the White House, which is very dangerous. There's still a real threat in the Middle East right now, but we're distracted at home with these other issues that I believe are fabricated. In fact, I know a lot of them are fabricated at home to really distract us, and they're double barbed to take individuals like you, your organizations out, push the internet censorship, do all this at the same time because we have their number with Trump in the White House, and they have to pull out all the stops. Otherwise, they are done. And they know that the writing's on the wall. They know that Guantanamo is being emptied. They know that their power brokers, that their financiers are going to be prosecuted. And they're going to try their darndest to assassinate our president. But if they cannot do that, they are going to kill people at country music festivals. They are going to kill kids in schools. They are going to start wars around the globe. They are going to crash the economy because they are done and they are guilty. If you were in their shoes and you thought like they would, it's not that hard to come up with this conclusion. And I can tell you in real time this is happening. And when you go to Broward County, you got big problems in Broward County with Sheriff Israel and his heavy connections to the deep state and the far left faction, especially the Clinton crime family. Not to mention that he's hired as his deputy sheriff there in Broward County, Nazar Hanzi. And who is Nazar Hanzi? Nazar Hanzi is the former CARE head honcho out of Tampa, Florida. And CARE is the Council on American Islamic Relations, which is really a deep state Muslim brotherhood and major political players. What they are. That's exactly what they are. And this guy was the head honcho out of the Tampa office, which is the pinnacle of CARE in this country. So he went out of his way to hire Mr. Hanzi in Broward County. I can't get into certain speculations on what happened that day in that school. Of course, kids died. The question is, how was this allowed to happen? What's the deeper story and what's going on? This is not an isolated event. These have been going on in a timeline in this country since Trump has been elected, and it's obvious. But they're going to guilt and shame patriots for even speaking about this, which is their tactic. And they're even pushing Trump here because Trump is going to, he's meeting with the governors, and he is going to push some sort of gun control. Very limited, but something. And with his major base, it's going to have major delicate implications in 2020. So they're going to do everything they can not to have him in 2020. And if they can't assassinate him physically, they will attempt to do it politically by forcing his hand here.
Well, I know what he does, where he'll do something that sounds reasonable, so then they ask for everything, and then he doesn't have to do anything, knowing it's all a fraud, just like he did with the whole Dreamer situation. But I still just don't know why he'd make this move, because they want total gun bans. They're never going to give up.
Well, it's so complicated now when you have dead children.
Their location.
They stopped at nothing. There's dead kids now. They are psychopaths out of control. There's dead kids now, so like there has to be a reaction. And it's just like, this is, what do you do? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't do something here. He has to do something. I mean, there's a political reality to that. But let's just get into what's going on in Broward County with the Sheriff Israel, which is deep state connected, no question about it. His downfall, I think, should be the hiring of the deputy sheriff, Nazar Hanzi. And Nazar Hanzi works for CARE, and the reason I keep on bringing CARE up is because I'm very, very aware of CARE. Let's just say real close to CARE. Well, I was in the military in 2009. I did an event with them in Tallahassee called Florida Muslim Capital Day, where they use these organizations to go to state capitals and kind of bully and lobby legislators in the actual capitals. And this is a political arm of the Muslim Brotherhood, make no mistake. And I just saw what they were doing. I understood what they were doing. And my position in the military obviously had me interacting and kind of utilizing them in certain capacities. And what I saw was incredible, what's going on out of CARE. And CARE is not just shy little, hey, we're just a SJW political pro-Muslim organization. They are a Muslim Brotherhood affiliated group, make no mistakes. They're just on our shores. And that's without question. And, out of Tampa, Florida, there's some real issues coming out of that branch out of Tampa, Florida which Mr. Hanzi ran. You want to talk about having a separation of church and state? These guys are in our capitals. Just on March 5th through the 9th in Oklahoma at the Capitol there, they're having one of their next Muslim capital days. And this stuff kind of gets, pushed under the rug. But you have to understand, when we had another administration in the White House, working with these NGOs and other, 501c3s, the things that were being done, the sanctuary cities, the Syrian refugees being
This is a rebellion. This is a total breakaway where they tell MS-13 that ICE is coming to get them in Oakland. It's sedition and expanding on that. It's not even bashing Muslims. It's the special Muslim Brotherhood groups. Look what Turkey's doing. Right there in Europe, they're setting up in every capital their own Turkish party saying, do what Turkey says. So these are Turkish citizens saying they're there to basically conquer Europe. And the politicians, the Western politicians want this because it's part of a larger global takeover. That's what's happening.
Yeah, CARE is not looking out for the faith. It's not looking out for Muslim Americans in the country. CARE is faith pimping. They are using the faith as a whole to get in and make political moves. You know, they're not, yeah, they're in the community doing some things, but they are in capitals doing things. They are getting people in the legislature. They're getting Keith Ellison in Minnesota. They're in the legislators. They are in the political system. They're tied to the Owan brothers. They were deeply entrenched in the Obama administration. They are deeply entrenched with the Clinton family. And I have firsthand knowledge in 2009 where I was talking and communicating with the very, very, very top.
Located. Move to their location and secure the hostage.
But, you know,
Start over. Your phone broke up at that critical point, Zach. You were talking the very top.
The very top of the funding helms of CARE out of Tampa, Florida, Saudi Arabia, who get their marching orders from Saudi Arabia. And I was involved, obviously, in I really can't get into some work in the United States military where, let's just say, it involved Fort Hood, the Fort Hood shooting, mini plots, all these shootings around here. These political groups are instrumental in getting these people, handpicking these individuals.
Well, we know Major Hassan was in communication with Al-Qaeda for 2 years. The CIA knew about the attack months before and didn't stop him. Same thing now with this attack. And by false flag, they're letting them happen bare minimum. Why would you do that?
You have to. They're in their death hurdle. There's military tribunals coming. I don't think people understand what's going on right now. Donald Trump signed an executive order which put our nation into a state of emergency. This gave him the legal right to hold military tribunals. These are happening. Guantanamo had a chain of command shuffle.
And you agree, though, clearly that's the first thing I thought, 980 days out, he's doing this to show who's loyal and who isn't, because he knows Romney's getting ready to run against him, but acting like a friend. That way they have to all endorse him now, and that kills the whole fake Republican field. It's a very smart move.
You're going to see exactly where people lie there, and after the shooting, he's getting real savvy in the political sphere of things. But they forced his hand here. This is the ruthlessness of the deep state. There's dead children here. There's dead concert goers. There's kids that were hit by chemical attacks in Syria. But this was not the Assad regime. These are the same people killing kids in Miami that are dropping chemical weapons in Syria. The same money's behind it.
Well, I mean, we got teachers and students reporting men in, quote, Army Guard, and the police stand down outside, and now the stand down's confirmed. And we even speculate they ban us. Since when are you not supposed to, in America, when you have the reports of the stand down, and you've got somebody like you that's got the credentials to not talk about it? It's incredible, and this just shows the purge. And if we give into this, we'll give into everything. But I legitimately said I don't think it's crisis actors and a false flag. But then the evidence starts to mount that they stood down.
Brainiac was obvious. It made absolute sense that he would be our big bad.
Rush Limbaugh has picked up our report dealing with the sheriff's deputies shielding criminal activity in Broward County for many years. There's a major scandal with the previous sheriff.
Op 4 eliminated all friends.
And all I know is they banned our videos on YouTube that had nothing to do with saying they were crisis actors, but they were students on local news, on national news, and then that we talked to all saying the same thing, that they saw Cruz while the shooting was going on, that it was men in full garb, completely covered, that they were taking body bags out as the police were there throwing the backs of trucks. And we have video from choppers of body bags being thrown in while the shooting's still going on. I don't know what's going on. But you got David Hogg being fed lines. I'm not saying he wasn't there, just he's obviously a spokesman for the gun lobby, anti-gun lobby. And then bizarre video, David Hogg says sister lost 4 best friends, then 2, then 3. And Facebook journalists have been kicked off if they share the video. So I've green-lighted this going up. And they're going to ban us anyways, folks. We have to fight back. We have to spread the word. YouTube's had to back off after doing a second strike and banning the channel. obvious. They're like, no, we got to find a better video, because in that video he said they weren't crisis actors. But Zach is well known. He's not giving his last name. He's been involved in famous anti-terrorism cases, and he lives there in Florida. He's involved, obviously, different things are on there. And you're saying that this is part of a deep state operation. All I know is we're being very judicious about this, and none of it adds up. And that CNN's having fake town halls, and then they're using this to ban everybody. And famous baseball players simply say these kids look coached, and they're kicked out of the baseball Hall of Fame or not allowed in. I mean, what happened to free speech here? I mean, we know they're attacking that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just going to shame and guilt people into this, and it's the same sort of thinking behind pushing Trump here to actually do something that's going to cause them some friction with his base. And it's sick, and it's out of control. This is the type of internet use we got, and all this is going on. Meanwhile, on a AI front, we have to get into this because this is crazy. Your experience, call it on your site service, and obvious what's going on. You're being attacked. Now, individuals, well, it's well known in Silicon Valley that some of the decent factions, the majority are out of their minds in Silicon Valley, but there are some decent factions who knew the worries of these AI systems. They're worried about jobs being taken, but before that, it's going to get to what I'm about to discuss. And so just to preface this, just to let everybody know, the Chinese premier is essentially becoming anointed in China. This is supposed to be the Chinese century. Trump kind of derailed that. Our economy's back on its feet, and now all of a sudden you're seeing the Chinese also pull out all the stops because they're not happy about the prosperity of America, which they also hold a lot of debt of, and everything else. So I'm just going to preface with the Chinese situation, because what we have here being broken out publicly, we knew this. The people who knew this, but publicly out of Cambridge, the Dark Trace group has finally come out with what's going on online. This major AI system, which is malicious software onto people's computers, organizations' computers, software, anything smart, laptops, phones, computers. And what they're doing with the software is gathering all your messages, they're gathering all of your emails, they're gathering all of your calendars, all of your itineraries, everything. This is then being uploaded to an AI system that learns how to mimic the way you talk, the way you interact, and also who you're talking to. So once they also get into your computer, it then drags that to whoever you're talking about and repeats that process.
And then, hold on, then it can engage. Let's come back from break, and we'll get more time with you, and then Pacino will come on. Then it can launch a AI war, making everybody fight with each other, mimicking friends, family, neighbors to cause societal collapse. Is that what you're getting into, is the ultimate weapon? The Kingsman talked about a wavelength being projected out of the phones, which we know they have that stuff, but we're talking about beyond that, where the AI calls, send messages, does all this, and I've read about this, to then cause massive social distortion. If you think all the race war talk's bad, if you think them saying we said things we didn't say and putting it all over the news, that's primitive, high-tech information war. We're talking about beyond that, and Apple's moving its main base to China, merging with them and giving all the IDs of Apple users to the Chinese Communist government to launch a giant AI attack out of China. They've chosen sides. We're finishing up with Zach, a great intelligence source, who's proven it very, very accurate. And he was getting into the different AI systems, different power blocks in the world, and Apple has announced it's moving to China. They're accepting the zero tax plan. They're going to merge with the Communist Party. China announced 5 weeks ago to counter Trump. They just said, move here, no taxes, but you got to let the people's party control you. Now the president's becoming a dictator. He's already a dictator.
This is Cameron, by the way. With this. Same as Trump broadcasting.
What up, what up, what up?
Sam.
Yeah, what you got for me? Alright, yes, let's do. Oh, that video was a bit of an older one. It was after the first strike was levied against Infowars. Since then there has been a second strike levied against Infowars, but the second strike has been lifted due to the fact of the actual content that was in the video, and also due to the globalists' actual whole plan of turning the whole internet into a type of ghetto kind of scenario, whereas people are herded into certain facts or certain factions, not facts, but they're herded against each other to kind of pretty much just create an echo chamber And in the essence of it, really, you're not really discussing anything of any kind of noteworthy kind of content, I should say. Stuff that is actually going around in the world. Instead, they're going to be going on about who said about what, because they put a kit video up there and they probably dropped an F-bomb. Like, who cares? But in all actuality, what we really need to be talking about is what is going on in the world, why it's happening, who's doing what, and how can we make this better.
Friendlies.
Well, if you think about it, calculation is but it's a telltale sign of a psychopath. That's really what it is. Whenever you calculate stuff to such a very minute degree, yeah. It's okay, take dog medicine for example. My pit bull she's currently suffering from congestive heart failure,
Move to hostage location
which
and
is
secure
also
the
brought
hostage.
on by heartworms. Now, there's two different medications to cure heartworms. You have the slow kill and then the fast kill. Okay, now I use these terms slow kill and fast kill by how it actually... A slow kill, the slow kill for heartworms in a dog, it prolongs the effect over a lengthy period of time. Now, it is not as harsh on the animal, meaning it doesn't exactly affect them as badly versus the fast kill. Now, both of these medications are, granted, we are speaking in the realm of animal medicine. Both of these medications are proven to get rid of heartworms and prevent them from coming back, but they also come with side effects to the animal. Now, the slow kill will not be as harsh on the vehicle on the animal versus the fast kill. Now, the slow kill, it's still, you're signing the death sentence for the animal. Now, the question that you're asking yourself whenever you're approached with the options of, hey, guess what, your dog has heartworms, now you have your choice of medicine, is do you want to have your dog around for 2 years or 6 months? The slow kill and then the fast kill. You see my point? A or B? Now, if you want to use this kind of example into the political realm, let's just rewind back to the 2016 election between Hillary and Trump. Now, a lot of people would say they would have voted for Bernie Sanders. And granted, I can sympathize with those people. You know, he promised a lot of good things like free education, but then again, we don't live in a world where unicorns fart rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Not only did he get a $600,000 payoff for allowing claims to still be he brought his expectation with that. Okay, so that's not a crime.
Right, you're exactly right at that, but you also have to think about what they actually wanted, because in the 2016 election, the globalists didn't plan on having somebody like Donald Trump to run, or to even get the populist vote to be one of the running mates. You see what I'm saying? That what they wanted was Bernie versus Hillary. Bernie would be the slow kill. Hillary is the fast kill. You see what I'm saying? Now, since we had Donald Trump run for presidential election, they decided to go for the fast kill, the one that the medication that they know gets them the results as quick as possible, regardless. Yes, exactly. Regardless of the, let's say, the civilian casualties. Oh yeah.
We have
I'm
been
dead.
eliminated.
Yes, what's an explanation on globalism, Cameron? Of course, that sounds nice. I'd love to be in a world where everybody works with everybody for the goal of the greater good. Right. Rome never died. It just moved location.
It's not very impressive.
Hostage found. Move to their location and secure the hostage.
Well, what I like to say to people that are, I guess you could say, stuck in this limbo of the idea that we live in a perfect world and nothing can touch them. Granted, I would say that they're probably living in America. Well, guess what? Rome was destroyed. Greece was destroyed. Persia was destroyed. Every major nation was brought to its knees. In little over, I would say, the turn of events probably took a whole 12 hours for things to go from good to perfectly shite.
Yeah, Nero burned down Rome one night.
Right, but you're telling me all these great nation states, all these great civilizations that have brought to their knees, you're telling me that if you live in America, that thought doesn't cross your mind, like us being a great nation, we can't fall?
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
Now that's what they're aiming at. They're aiming at the fact that it is our time to fall because we are such a great nation, and with such a great nation, if you make it implode, someone else on the other end of that spectrum is getting a huge payout. Huge. Yes, it's a power vacuum, exactly. That's what the globalists are aiming for. They have built America up so high on this pedestal, and we're supposed to be the leading rulers and the pioneers of working together, of peace, and, global security, I guess you could say.
That's what they
But
call it. But it's
right,
like
but
the
after
idea of national security, how they just, claim everything's national security.
right,
It always ends up turning into why.
oh, of course, of course. Let's see if I can get this guy through this wall. What do you think? You think I'm on point? Tell us, what are we up for? What are we up for? What are we playing, and what's on the next broadcast? Do we have any ideas? Okay, I like the Division. Now, let's break it down. How does the Division apply to real life in our 21st century, you could say? What's the concept behind the Division?
Proceed any further with the concept behind the division.
Ooh, what do you got? Could you tell me about why he was killed for the Division? Oh yeah, that sounds plausible. We try not to curse either, hence the use of the word shite instead of sh, you know what? We try to keep it classy.
We have universities. This is a fact. You can look this up. You can search into it. We have universities with level 2 security handling level 4 materials. Level 2 facility is somebody with a badge that swipes it to get through the door. Latex gloves, goggles. Alright. Level 4 facilities are like a mile underground. First of all, they can be completely sealed off. Anything tries to escape, they have to evacuate. Burn to 10,000 degrees, not the air. They burn everything that's perfect.
So you're talking about pretty much a,
Superbug.
well, not a superbug, but the way of the purge. It's pretty much a superheated oven.
Yeah.
The inside of the building just gets flooded with super hot fire.
It's like how they
Okay, I like how you said that. SOB.
Clancy, the man in virtually every front, reigns supreme in the crowded thriller field. Publishers Weekly.
We have been eliminated.
Action. Introducing
Oh, wait a second. That sounds a little bit like what actually goes on. It's strange that he is so well informed, but yet all of his masterpieces are works of quote-unquote fiction. Oh, no one would have allowed it to be published. But hey, you put a vampire in there that shines when he's in the sun. Oh, it'll be a bestseller for the next year to come.
Hostage located. Move to their location and secure the hostage.
Yeah, let's see if I can make this without going below 50 health. That's really the aim of the game, so I might look like I suck at playing this game, which, granted, I probably am not the best player. Which, no, I'm not probably not. I'm definitely not. Definitely not the best player. Oh yeah, but what I'm going for is completing this, extracting the hostage, and not going below 50% health. Now that in itself is really tough, but I think finishing out this mission and just, well, disregarding the whole 50% health thing, I think I could do that. Oh, hot dang. I'm not prepared for that. Ow! Look at that. I was almost toast. Look at me. I'm pegging him. I'm pegging him. Ow! You dead, son. And this is how we deal with globalists. We go in, guns blazing. Heck, we might even put a breach charge on the wall and just say, look, kick binge. Everybody guilty, get on the dang floor. Because you're guilty. Now be rest assured that there were no casualties in Batman's action in doing this. No, but he pretty much just scared the bejesus out of him. Oh! Get this guy. Yeah, let's wait on this next life. I'm pretty sure positive I'm gonna eat it. Oh, but he ate it first. Oh! We're still getting 12% health. I see the hostage. Let's go ahead and create us an entry point here. Strap a little breach chargy on the wall. And we're gonna be like, "Ashaka-boom! Globalists, get down!" Oh, never mind. I think I'm just gonna bite a bullet.